Hi, I am Umang, the CTO of Primebook. So today PrimeOS looks like a finished product. It's a lightweight operating system for everyday use. But that's not the whole truth. There was a lot of development, a lot of failures behind it. Because PrimeOS didn't begin as an operating system. It began as a question. How can we rethink computing? Not how good the display or the processor should be. What should the experience really feel like when someone opens the lid and starts using it? That's when the journey of PrimeOS really began. Back in 2017, Aman and Chitranshu were exploring an idea that was simple on paper but incredibly difficult to build. Millions of people were already comfortable using Android. They used it to learn, communicate, watch videos and play games. But the challenge was that nobody was really using Android on a laptop. So when I joined Primebook in 2017, it was just a concept. There was no hardware like Android laptop. So we had to start with a tablet. We took Android 5 Lollipop as a base operating system. That's when we realized that there is a lot of difference between a tablet and a desktop. And that's where the real journey of PrimeOS began. After some initial development on tablets, we finally made a hardware prototype. It was based on Rockchip RK3288 chipset. Even those laptops were far from perfect. So we learned a lot and we fixed a lot of issues, and that's where the real PrimeOS development journey began. Like most products in their early stages, we were constantly searching for the right hardware. At one point, we even tried arming PrimeOS to an existing x86 Intel AMD laptop. We thought maybe with different form factors or different manufacturers, it will run better. For us, this idea sounded practical, but reality had other plans. When PrimeOS ran on x86 hardware, it showed different problems. Sometimes it was stability, other times performance, and on certain times the exact same software behaved much differently. And that taught us one of the most important lessons of our journey. If we wanted the experience to feel truly polished, the OS and the device had to be born from the same fabric. That's when we decided that Primebook has to use ARM-based chipsets. And that's when we started exploring the MediaTek and Qualcomm-based chipsets. So we started focusing more on the OS upgrades. That led us to the launch of PrimeOS 0.1.7 running on Android 7 Nougat. I think towards the end of 2018, we released the x86 version of this publicly. A growing number of users started installing PrimeOS on their older PCs, like Intel Core 2 Duo, Intel Pentium 4, these kind of CPUs, they hardly ran Windows, like it was a very bad experience. So PrimeOS gave them a new life. One interesting insight was that people installed a lot of Android games on their old PCs. But they had no way to play those games because they were all touchscreen games. And with keyboard and mouse, those games did not register the inputs. And that's when we realized that we need to build our own key mapping solution. So our solution converted the keyboard inputs into touchscreen. And after we launched this, PrimeOS got a lot of attention. It got over 2 million downloads. But there was no easy way to monetize those downloads. As a company, we had to make revenue. So there was one more project called Pika Pika MDM that we started as a side project, and we sold a lot of licenses with tablets and mobiles in B2B. And no doubt, Pika Pika created a safe digital environment for the students. But deep down, we knew our larger mission was still PrimeOS. We wanted to keep pushing the boundaries of what this platform could become. So in 2021, we launched PrimeOS 2.x, built on Android 11. It was designed to deliver a much more stable and refined experience, especially for gamers and low-end PC users. By this point, PrimeOS had come a long way from the early prototypes, and users noticed it. For us, that was a big validation. It proved that people were actively looking for a computing experience beyond the traditional Windows and Mac OS ecosystem. By 2022, we felt in our guts that we are ready to bring PrimeOS closer to dedicated hardware. We built devices around the OS instead of adapting the operating system around the existing old devices. One of those was a Rockchip RK3566 based laptop built primarily for B2B deployments. It never became a mainstream consumer product, but it helped us understand how PrimeOS behaves when software and hardware were designed together from day one. And that confidence led to our most important chapter, Primebook. The product that many people recognize today started with our MediaTek-powered Primebook, a 4G-enabled Android laptop built specifically around the PrimeOS experience. That's the same device that later we took to Shark Tank. And after receiving funding from Aman Gupta, Primebook reached a much larger audience. For many people, that was their first introduction to PrimeOS. For us, it was a sign that the vision resonated beyond our own team. For me, 2023 was the year where PrimeOS stopped feeling like a work in progress. PrimeOS 2.1 became a very stable version. We improved multi-window, taskbar, file manager, app store, and the overall desktop experience. Earlier, some of these things existed, but they were not as polished. In 2023, they became much more usable. These were not just cosmetic changes. This was the version where PrimeOS started feeling complete. Every new version of PrimeOS solved some new problems. The next challenge was expanding what users could actually do with the platform. And that's where the 2024-25 chapter began. Our OS was updated to PrimeOS version 3.0 based on Android 15. With the launch of Primebook Gen 2 and PrimeOS 3.0, we introduced our very own cloud PC. It was another step towards a future-proof computing experience. It's a subscription-based feature that gives access to Linux and Windows environments whenever users need. Whether it's advanced coding, designing, editing, or running professional productivity applications, Cloud PC makes those workflows accessible on demand. Today, PrimeOS powers everything we build. And what comes next is even more capable than we have built so far. The newest PrimeOS 4.x series is built on Android 16, featuring PrimeAGNT, India's first operator AI that's directly integrated into the operating system. An AI designed not just to answer questions, but to help users get complex computing tasks done. Prime Office. This will be another addition to this brand new version of PrimeOS, making productivity tools feel more integrated and accessible within the ecosystem. The goal remains the same: remove complexity, increase capability, and continue pushing computing towards a way that feels practical and more accessible. At the beginning of this story, I asked the question, what can our laptop do? And I feel over the years, we have answered it multiple times. With PrimeOS, with Prime Coding, with Cloud PC, and now with PrimeAGNT and our own Prime Office. The interesting thing is, the question still hasn't lost its relevance. We are still asking it. And with every new version, we get a new meaning and a new direction to progress.